Now I want to start this video off by saying this. If you are already married or you are planning on getting married, this is not a video telling you that your decision to take this upon yourself or upon you and your partner is wrong. This is 100% my own opinion, and if you disagree with me, that is exactly what I want. I understand that people change over the years, so before I even get into the bulk of this video, if my thoughts change about this in 5 years, hell, even in a year, I wouldn't be surprised. In 5 years, I'll be a lot more mature, and I may see marriage in a different light. However, right now, fuck that shit.
I've been that nigga since a fucking juvie. I do what I want around this bitch like I'm Lil Uzi, 50 in the glizzy, but this is not a Uzi. Fuck the ops, them niggas broke as fucking ain't got a Lucy. I see niggas tryna rap, but that shit fucking dookie. I'm the nigga bitches tryna see, so niggas tryna shoot me. Coulda took that nigga.
What's up, y'all? Alright, so let me get into this, right? Why I think marriage is bullshit and why I'm probably not getting married. Now, the main reason why I don't want to get married is purely financial. Let's start off with the actual process. The average engagement ring is $5,000. The average wedding ring is $1,000. If you think I'm stupid for thinking this, so be it. But I thought the wedding ring and the engagement ring were the same shit. But I digress. So you telling me I have to pay $6,000 for some rings that can be lost quicker than some chapstick? No, really, because chapstick is cheap for a reason. I swear to God, I bought 3 of them bitches and they gone in 2 weeks. But let's just say you make it to the wedding. You still gotta pay for it. The average wedding costs $28,000. This is for one night, $28,000. The average rapper throws that amount of money in the strip club. And I haven't even talked about her dress, your suit, the flights to bring every single ugly ass family member from your side of the family and her side of the family from out of town to the city you're having the wedding at, the hotels you have to book for them, the rental cars you're gonna need, the coordination for all the groomsmen and the bridesmaids. What am I saying here? It's gonna cost a lot of money and y'all haven't even had a honeymoon yet. But let's say the honeymoon goes well and y'all are actually married. Let's talk about the actual dynamic between a husband and a wife financially. For as long as humans have been living and breathing, the man has always been the breadwinner of the house while the woman stays at home, right? But as the years have progressed, women have become a lot more liberated. And let me make sure y'all know, that is not a bad thing. I am happy women have a lot more freedom and choice when it comes to their decisions. However, even with women now working, the average married man in America is making more than the average married woman. Whether it's at age 20, 30, 40, 50, hell even 60, you understand what I'm saying. 9 times out of 10, I'll be making more money than my wife. With that being said, if me and her start having issues and a divorce is on the horizon, guess who gotta pay alimony? Me. Guess who gotta give up half his shit? Me. Guess who has to pay child support for these badass kids that I love dearly, but these badass kids that I can't have custody of because the court system is gonna ride my ex-wife's tip so hard that she's gonna need Viagra by the time the judge is done telling me how much I owe her every month until them damn kids turn 18. Like, bro, we have all heard the stories about men who were forced to go to jail or live in dire conditions because their ex-wife is demanding so much from them. Like, you think me, le gars c'est ma fofon, will allow a woman to take half of what I worked for because of a damn ring? The devil is a liar. She will see God before she sees a penny out of me, everlasting bastard. Bro, did you see how much money Dr. Dre's ex-wife walked away with? Dr. Dre, platinum recording artist, producer, president of Death Row Records, founder of Beats, had to give this bitch $100 million. What the fuck did she do to deserve that? Did she make the Chronic? I don't care how many blowjobs she gave him. I can fly to Thailand right now and get my wee-wee sucked for $5. Also, I don't want nobody coming in my comments saying she gave him emotional support. Therapy at most is $200 a session. If I got a session every day for 24 years, because that's how long they were married for, it's like $1.7 million. Nicole got almost 30 times that. The math ain't mathin'. And like the main other reason I don't want to get married, I just want to keep my sanity, bro. Like, look at Will Smith. This man slapped Chris Rock live on the Oscars with about 5 people watching. But live on the Oscars, he slapped him over a joke about his wife's bald head. Now, you know good and damn well how coochie whipped you gotta be to slap a man whose job is to crack jokes. But to slap a man over a joke about your wife. It wasn't even like he called her Lil Bill or Steve Harvey or something. He said G.I. Jane. Demi Moore was a badass in that movie. But of course, Will Smith had to protect his wife's name, even though there's literally a TikTok of her saying,
I don't give 2 craps what people feel about this bald head of mine.
Are you sure?
And then the infamous Tyrese clip.
The First Right Amendment, or the amendment. Don't take my baby. I'm at $13,000 a month. What more do you want from me?
Apparently what had happened was that the mother of his children took his children away and started demanding for $13,000 a month. And you can say, oh, but he's rich, and so is Dr. Dre. But that still doesn't make the amount of money that they have to pay appropriate. Like, all the women were mad about Adele having to pay her ex-husband 140 million pounds. Like, where's that same energy? Wait, now that I think about it, this has just turned into a video about why I shouldn't get married and why I shouldn't have kids either. Am I becoming an incel? I'm just saying, because they just both seem like bad ideas. Even if what I'm saying sounds rash, downright ignorant, and so unrealistic, I hope you understand where I'm coming from. Even based on a quick Google search, you find that a man suffers worse physical and mental health than a woman after a divorce. Like, let me say this now. The 2 periods where I lose my parents will be the roughest moments of my entire life. Now imagine I also lose my job, enter depression, become so unmotivated to do anything, and my wife decides to divorce me. I might just hang it up right there and quit the game of life. Many men have taken their own lives because of bad experiences with women. I know how emotional I get, and I'm sorry, but I do not want to become a statistic. So am I saying I'm avoiding marriage based on the fear of how bad things can get? Yes, and I'm not ashamed of it. Women will say you get a promise, loyalty, and a commitment of love. But people cheat all the time. And then when you don't want to get married, or let's just say you tell them I want to take things slow, they gaslight you. All of a sudden you start hearing, if you really loved me, if you claimed me, if you were a real man. And it's like, at that point, do you want me or do you want the ring? So what really is the point? I won't even go into the fact that almost 50% of marriages end in divorce, and 80% of those divorces are initiated by women. Like, dog, there are more cons than pros here. I do not see the point. I can be just as happy with the woman whether or not I tied a knot. Because thinking deeply, what would I benefit from a woman specifically from marriage? If anything, she would be the one gaining much more from divorcing me. And at the end of the day, marriage is a contract. So ask yourself this: why would you sign a contract with someone who is rewarded for breaking it? That's the video. See you on the next one.
City, not the whole planet. Bitch wasn't trying to fuck, I left the whole stranded. Blood speaking in a different language, I don't know Spanish. Young dog just popped the X pill and started slow dancing. Chain hair, new McQueens in my coat fancy. Yesterday I bought a big 8 and drunk a whole 7. Woke up with my hair matted as fuck and my fro slanted. It's COVID going.